Hello and welcome to another episode of Contemporary Living. We are excited to be here and excited to bring you information that is useful or can be useful for you. But first of all, what's up, Andre?
What's going on, boo?
First of all, I just wanted to bring awareness to today is National World Mental Health Awareness Day.
Oh, nice. I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Thanks.
Oh, did you have something to say?
No, thanks for providing that information. I didn't even know that. So
It's serious, especially, after going through this, we're still going through this pandemic. There are a lot of things we're discovering about ourselves, about other people, and it can all be, very consuming on your mental, And if you need help, get help. That's all I have to say. If you need help, get help. There's nothing to be ashamed or shy or, take for granted that no one's watching or listening or can be there for you. But I just wanted to acknowledge that day and say if you get help, need it.
All right. So welcome, like Melissa said, National Mental Health Day. Mm-hmm. So we appreciate you for giving us that information. And we'd like to welcome our guests here on Contemporary Living, where we provide lifestyle solutions for everyday people. And before we get started, as always, we like to start off with our housekeeping notes. If you want to be a guest on our show, you can email us at farmandhill@gmail.com. Many of you know that I'm a licensed realtor with the great state of Illinois, and my wife is a retired military veteran as well. Also, if you're streaming live right now on Facebook, please like our page. Please subscribe to our page as well and share this message tonight. We have a great guest tonight. And also, if you're on YouTube right now, please subscribe to our channel. Smash, Willie D would say, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, we're broadcasting live on E360 television. We're broadcasting across the globe right now. We are worldwide, just to let you know. And also, if you're in the Chicagoland area, you can watch us on Comcast each and every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time if you're in the Chicago South suburbs. And you can download the E360 app on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or if you have an iPhone or Android, you can watch us as well. Download the E360 app. Melissa, I'm excited. I'm ready to talk tonight. We're excited about our guests. Hey, tonight's gonna be a great night.
Tonight is gonna be a great night, and you know what? I'm not even gonna waste any time, Andre.
You're not gonna waste no time.
We no, not today. Not
Yeah.
today.
I think our guest is ready.
I think our guest is ready to.
Yeah.
It's just so wonderful when you meet people doing good and better and greater things. It's a good thing, and I think that's what we created this platform for. We are able to show these people and showcase these people off. And tonight, you will not be disappointed.
No, you won't be disappointed. I think we met this young lady a few weeks ago.
Yep, we met her a few weeks ago, and I knew it was like.
Yeah, my wife we gotta get her on the show, and my wife she moved quick this time. Normally we tell somebody we're gonna get you on the show. It'll be 3-4 months from now, maybe 5. But she's like, hey, we got Diamond. I'm really, I can't tell you the guest name. I'll let my wife do the introduction. But we gotta have this young lady on the show. And then my wife told me we having her on the show this weekend. I said this weekend. She's like, yes. I'm like, man, you move pretty quick. So
I was just so glad that she was able to oblige us and come on. That's a beautiful thing when other people can take time out of their schedule to come on and talk about themselves.
Yes. We love exposing our people. We love, just helping and being a blessing to individuals as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and let you do your intro, babe.
All right. So, you guys, tonight, Miss Diamond Beach is a licensed cosmetologist specializing in beauty and wellness. She is also a wife and a busy mom of 4. She has successfully run a hair business for 10 years where she owned and operated a hair salon and retailed hair extensions in person and online. In 2016, she scaled her business to produce organic wellness products. In 2018, she rebranded her business and House of Her LLC was born. House of Her offers a unique experience for women. They provide information, natural products, services, and events. Their mission is to model and restore feminine behavior, highlight the importance of etiquette, and the value of balance. House of Her seeks to connect, educate, empower, and foster visual direction for the betterment of her desire for personal growth. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the CEO of House of Her, Ms. Diamond Beach.
Diamond.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Hey, Diamond, she's smiling from cheek to cheek. Before we even get started, is Diamond Beach, is that your alias or is that your real name?
That's my real name. My
Now,
maiden name.
That we have. How did that happen? Because that's
Diamond Beach.
That's bad. That's a bad
Yeah, that's a bad name. I'm
girl.
thinking of resorts. I'm thinking of luxury.
You can put that with anything.
Yeah, right.
It's all God. I'm trying to tell you. My maiden name is Diamond Jenkins. And when I met my husband, his last name is Beach. So
nice.
It worked.
That you can market that for just about anything.
Yeah, actually you can. You actually can. Yeah.
It's because you know what? When you first sent me your email, you say my name is Diamond Beach. I'm like, is that a real name? And so that's why we wonder: is that her alias? Is that what she goes by? But that is her real name, you guys.
That's a bad name. There. Yeah. Yeah. Now if y'all don't want to use it, can we use that name?
All right, so I'm gonna kick off the questions. First of all, thank you for taking your time out to be with us. We really appreciate it. And it's like I said when we first emailed you, we believe that you have something that is of value that our audience can use. You can tell your energy, just it exudes. You are a diamond. You are a diamond.
Thank you.
Literally and figuratively. All right. So I'm going to kick off the first question. So, we've been doing this show. This is our first year on E360 Live. And in June, we talked to an esthetician, Monica Harris of Monica's Skincare Boutique. on our show. And today we have the honor of talking to you. So, what we want to let our audience know, so Monica is an esthetician, you're a cosmetologist. So, what is the difference between an esthetician and a cosmetologist?
So the difference is, while in hair school, esthetician focus more on the skin part
Mhm.
of it and the how the skin works, the layers underneath, what the skin can receive, all different types of thing about skin, different type of illnesses, issues like eczema, psoriasis, different diseases, just different stuff like that. So it dives deeper into the science of skin.
Okay.
Cosmetology, however, is more a broader spectrum. So it dives a little into the skin. It teaches you about diseases, but it also teaches you about hair and the layers of hair and the follicle and how different types of hair. It also teaches you about both teach you about sanitation and stuff like that, how to run your business, how to scale your business. But cosmetology, since they teach you so many different avenues, you could choose whichever you are strongest in.
Ah.
For me, I was terrible at nails, so I could not do nails, but I was good at skin. I can do makeup, I can do facials, I can do, massage, but I cannot do nails. I can do hair, I can do so many different things, but that just wasn't my road. Nails wasn't my road. So that's the
Okay.
difference.
All right.
So what set you on a path to becoming a licensed cosmetologist?
And Andre, if you could just turn that volume up just a little bit for me.
Yeah, I did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You said what's on the
No, what set you on a path to becoming a cosmetologist?
um I've always I've always loved hair. I've always loved well, I wouldn't even say hair. I would say connecting with people. I just noticed that, growing up in the Black community, that's how a lot of women connected with other women. We sat down and we got hour-long hairstyles, but we were able to connect and actually talk and, spend time with each other that we usually wouldn't have the luxury of doing. Moms would be out working or gone, or daughters would be at school or outside playing. So being forced to sit and get hour-long hairstyles, it allowed you to connect. And I just found, a sense of joy in that, connecting with people, talking to people. So when I went into hair, I'm like, this is my ministry. I'm good at that. I'm good with connecting with people. And I'm also creative. So it just worked. It worked. And I loved it. It didn't seem like work.
Oh
I,
wow.
I was gonna say I love the fact that you claim that as a ministry. So a lot of people don't think they have a ministry, but everyone is endowed with some type of ministry. You just have to look further into it. And for some, it just comes right up, and for others, it takes a
Yeah.
little longer to find. But
Yeah.
I really like the fact that you said that it is a ministry because, in fact, when you get your hair, it's a sacred space.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It is a sacred space when you
Mhm.
get your hair done. So I'm just so happy to hear that you claim that as a ministry. So now we know how you what led you to do that. Now entrepreneurship is something that right now it's kind of like a buzzword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship is hard work.
Absolutely.
Sometimes
Yes.
without the dollar signs that
It's
equate
hard.
to the hard work that you are doing. So can you tell us, because different people find different times in their life where they become entrepreneurs.
Mm.
So what set you on that path to become an entrepreneur? Because a lot of us learn, go to school, get an education, and then get a good job.
Right.
So
Right.
entrepreneurship is something that everyone is not accustomed to. So how did you get on that path?
Um, Again, because I'm a creative, and it gave me the ability to think freely and to just be myself and to just follow what I originally thought, not what somebody else told me. Like if I thought about it, like it must be valid,
Right.
instead of, casting down my thoughts and feelings like, oh no, this is not the way. Hair is not the way.
Right,
know.
right.
So and that things that work for other people didn't work for me. I had a really tough time in elementary and high school, it just wasn't my thing. It wasn't that I couldn't do it. It just wasn't my thing. I was a creative thinker,
Mhm.
and you know, doing hair and creating different styles and just different things. That was more so for me.
Mhm. So, what about your family? Was there anyone in your family, like sometimes they watch their mom or they watch an aunt or an uncle or something like that? Did you have any, or are you just set apart? Like I'm really the first in my family. Like a lot of times we brag about, I'm the first in my family to graduate from college, and that's a good thing. The same with entrepreneurship. You could be a first.
Um, at first, I thought that I was the first in my family to do hair and to choose entrepreneurship. But after connecting with my grandfather's, my mother's father side of the family, because I dove deep down into my ancestry last year.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Yeah, and I loved it. Well, during the pandemic, I had nothing to do, so I
Mm.
was falling down that link, going to from town to state, trying to figure out like who am I really, like where am I from. So
Did you do the ancestry DNA?
I did. Yeah.
So what was your results?
I was from Nigeria. Um,
Ah, we all from
Right.
Nigeria, huh?
yeah, pretty
And
much.
Yeah, she from Cameroon.
Yeah, Cameroon, pretty much.
Cameroon too. Oh, so we the original
we
black
all
people.
related.
Is that
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
we are all
yep.
related.
Now we
That
found
was
out you our cousin.
Yeah, we cousins. We all cousins. That was my biggest percentage. I had
Um,
about 15% of like European, of course.
yeah.
And then I also found that I had Native American in my family. So
Mm.
that was something, because I had no idea, and it just took me on a whole rabbit hole chase, but that's a whole nother story. But
We might try to get you them benefits, girl.
well,
Right.
that's what I said. That's why I
Right.
had
Right.
to go.
What, hold on. What percentage of Indian was it?
Right.
It was actually my grandmother's grandmother. So
Mm.
Right.
you get reparations long as you're in the eighth generation. So
Right.
yeah.
So
So
do you get any reparations? Any access to the
We've
free
been
land
looking for
casinos?
someone who can do that.
Yeah, we've been looking for the $5 Indians.
look, it's so much work trying to dig through those. They call them baker's rolls. That's
Mm.
those are their census for the Native Americans. And the Baker Rolls will list like what town they lived in. When they split up the reservations, they made them go
Yeah.
live in like they made them go live like foreign exchange students.
Mm.
So my grandmother was kind of like a foreign exchange student. She lived in like a house and
Yeah.
with these people who were not her family, and
Right.
it led the case cold. That's how I know that was her, because she was on the Baker roll, but all they have is her name and her age, and then she jumped to being a 40-year-old woman with a bunch of kids. So
Wow. And
yeah, and then she died in nothing. Case code.
man,
So
this is interesting. We definitely got
It
to have a
is. Oh
conversation
my
about this.
yeah.
God.
I don't know if our viewers know, but last year the Supreme Court awarded the Indians half of Oklahoma.
Yep.
And then you really got to go back and look at the 1866 Indian Treaty. It's fascinating, even how the Indians fall up under their own constitution. So this is an interesting conversation.
I'm trying to throw y'all off. But
No,
It's
we're
going in
fine.
another direction, but it's
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, I mean this
But
is
since
amazing.
I did dive into my trying to figure out why I became an entrepreneur,
Hmm.
I found out that my grandfather's mother's sisters, all of them were beauticians, and they were the beauticians under the leaderships of Madam C.J. Walker.
Oh
And I had
wow.
no idea. I have pictures I'll share with your so you can share it on Facebook. I have pictures of all of them with like their shears, and they were like
Mm.
her salespeople, and it blew my mind.
Wow.
It
See,
blew
see, we knew what's so special about that name, Diamond Beach. See,
it,
yeah,
look,
God made that name just for
right, it
you,
was just for
girl.
you, right?
The beach had to come
oh
later.
my
Yeah, the
god.
beach had to come later. Your husband a good man.
Look, I'm still over here like, what? And I said, I don't believe you. He mailed me a giant box of
Mm,
pictures and proof of everything. So, so that's where my entrepreneur spring step come from,
yeah,
It's such a blessing when because we lost our history, of course, coming
Mhm.
here. But it's such a blessing when you can retrace those steps,
Yeah.
and then you find out within those steps there is such greatness. Now, all of us are survivors, and but some stories get told, and your family just happens to be the family of the story who got told, and it's just I'm sure it's got to be such a great feeling, an amazing feeling.
Right.
It actually opened my eyes. Like, I've been running my business for almost 10 years, and me understanding and knowing who I am and where I came from made me push so much harder. Even it made me not give up. It made me just keep going,
Yeah.
just like you have a purpose, you have a call, and God chose you to do something. It's like,
Hmm.
don't let it just pass you by. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
You see,
Well,
Sheldon just said, "Way to go, Diamond! Proud of you." Thank
yeah.
you,
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Anybody watching tonight, you can comment below. We can see your comments. We will answer them and respond to you as well. We like to be interactive with our guests as well. So I gotta. I know we got to keep it going. So I gotta ask you, what's the meaning behind your mission to model and restore feminine behavior, highlight the importance of etiquette and the value of balance? Do you believe there's a gap between in these areas? So that was your motto. Can you explain a little bit to our viewers about
Um,
your motto?
because I just feel like, because women have things have changed in the community, and women have had to work much harder, being since that men were torn from the households, and we become hardened due to that, and we are not receptive to being feminine, and receptive to being what a husband or a man needs, and things are just different. It's kind
Yes.
of like, I'm independent, but independence don't mean that you have to be alone or not feminine or not true to yourself or not true to how God made you. Like, I just feel like women have changed over the days. And of course, just like the overly sexualized nature of social media and body modification and
Hmm.
all of those things, like that self-love is just, it's so blinding. The lines are so blurred right now. It's just like, I just want people to understand it's okay to just be who they are, and it's like, you don't have to do all of you don't have to go above and beyond to change who you are to please other people, like just to get noticed. Like, you already noticeable. It's just, so that's the motto. And when I speak about balance, I think about, being a woman and balancing a lifestyle.
Hmm.
When I say lifestyle, that means like your wellness, your health, your mind, your body, your spirit, yourself, and then having all of these other things in your basket, your family, your
Yes.
community, your church, your school, your obligations, your bills, like all
Hmm.
of those things. It's just so much that you have to balance without looking like you balancing those things.
Right. Right.
Some people, they just look so beat down,
Yeah.
and they look like what they going through. And I'm just happy that I don't look like what I've been through or what I'm going through or what I'm gonna go through.
Right.
That's what I speak about, balance, and just having that faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Restoring that word, just restoring all of those things, restoring what God originally gave you. Like, because you went through hardship, because you have all of these things in your basket, that don't mean that you lose your faith. That don't mean you lose who you are in the process. You can still be you. You can
Yes.
still have
Yeah.
the career and the husband. You can still have the children and the friends. Like, friends will dump you if you have some kids. I'm trying to tell you. Try to tell you, it's lonely sometimes. They be like, girl, you got too many kids. It's
Oh my
true.
goodness.
It's true.
That
But
that is so beautiful because what when I hear you talk, I think I know we have what I've been reading different articles like that. They talk about how women have that masculine energy.
mhm.
That masculine energy, we've
Mm.
got so much of it. It's hard to be soft, and for whatever reason. A lot of them attributed to, maybe the way they were raised or
Yeah.
having to take care of it all, by themselves. But you are 100% correct. We are beautifully and wonderfully made. I
Yes.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason to lose that. And sometimes, in order to find a woman, for a woman to find her way, we need businesses like yours to help them with the next steps. It's all beautiful, and it leads me to this question, that I was going to ask later on. But what you talked about, the things that you were talking about, it involved the work life balance.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
my question to you is, you're right. You personally are doing it all. You're being a mom, you're being a
Mhm.
wife, you're being an entrepreneur,
Right.
you've got friends, you've got, and like you said, it does get lonely at times. How do you maintain the work life balance? I think I know the answer, but I want to hear it from you. How do you maintain that work life balance? How do you, do it all and still be happy and still be content and still be at peace? Because that is a difficult task in this human brain and with everything going on in the world right now.
I would say having a reset button, have
Mm.
just being able to tell yourself that today didn't work, tomorrow shall, reset
Mm.
everything. Like even like my wellness journey with my weight loss. Like I've been trying to lose 30 pounds for like 5 years now, but I might get that 20 and then I might gain 10 back. But
Right. Right.
I start over on Monday. Everybody who knows me, I start over on
I
Monday.
told you, man. That's how I work. Next Monday, we gonna do this.
Monday.
Write a book that says, beginning on Monday.
Right, we get on
Monday.
Monday. What
Yeah.
about next Monday or something like that?
Yeah, it's Monday. Like when on Monday, I'm not playing. I'm pushing back. I'm going walking. I'm doing what I need to do on
Girl,
Monday.
that's tomorrow.
Right, that's tomorrow. Everything starts
I
tomorrow.
know. I know. And I'm ready. I'm ready. Like I got my little scale out and I got my little shoes over here. I'm for real.
Well,
Like
I guess we ought to hold each other accountable then, huh?
yeah, Monday is serious. Like you gotta like start off right. Eat,
Yeah.
pick you something healthy to eat, and prayer and
Mm.
fasting. Like I fast 3 days every month.
Oh
And
wow.
that's something that my church started,
Mm.
and we do it as a group and we have our prayer calls, and that is a reset button for me because it put me in check and make me check my flesh of what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
like don't be drinking that wine so much, like change
Right,
it,
right.
do better,
It's always that wine.
yeah,
Babe,
like
I know, I
it's
know.
always that wine, ain't it?
it's
Hey,
that
man,
wine.
we got the same struggles over here.
I'm
We
trying
can
to
relate.
tell you, I'm trying to tell you, but I work on it, and I hold myself accountable. That's what I
Yeah.
think it is. That's that balance of holding yourself accountable. Before, I didn't have that. I forget the word, but I didn't have that. Um, I forget the word, but like being strict over myself.
Hmm.
Discipline.
Tapping myself, telling myself like, you gaining a little weight, you
Yeah.
can, you know how to cook, you know how to feed yourself healthy meals. If you eat healthy, your family eat healthy.
Mm.
Like you got a lot of people eating behind you, walking behind you.
Yeah.
The way you act is the way they're gonna act, and people like with you checking yourself and having that balance for yourself, you're helping a whole community. Like
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's a
a whole
military,
community.
there's something we used to say in the military, that soldiers emulate their leaders. It's the same thing with
Mhm.
parents. When a child sees what you do, they're going to pick up those same habits
Mhm.
and practices. And it's not what you tell them, it's what they see you doing that they're going to follow.
Mm.
And say, because
Yeah. That's true.
I'm trying to explain to my kids that pissed is a curse word in my house. What is a curse word? Pissed? I said, you are 7. You can't say I'm pissed. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, right.
so what you
That
say
means I
too?
got
Pissed.
Yeah,
No, we couldn't say that when we were kids, but
Right.
you're
Absolutely.
right. You're right.
So, before we go to a commercial break, I guess I'm gonna ask you this. So tell us about the transitioning about the transitioning from running a successful hair business for 10 years to scaling the business to make wellness products. And actually, that's organic wellness products. So tell us a little bit about that.
I had fell into a deep depression in 2016. I had a baby in 2014, actually, and I had postpartum depression, and I never really curbed it. I think I gained about a good 40 pounds, and I was really depressed, and I could not figure out how to get out of it. And I started to work out, eat healthy, and I started learning how to formulate products because I was just so, it made me happy, being creative, making soaps and learning things. And from there, after that, I had another baby and I got out of depression. I had another baby. I stopped the soap. I went back to hair because I got out of depression. And this baby, this was God tapping me on the shoulder, like, hey, go back to this. I had another baby and she ended up having really bad eczema, really severe eczema. I wish I could show you guys a picture of her, but she had sleepless nights and she itched all the time. So I started back making soaps for her and it helped her. It really helped her. So, and it's another part to that, but I'll tell you that whenever we come back.
Oh, wow. No, okay. That's good information. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a commercial break. And then when we get back, we're going to finish our conversation with Miss Diamond Beach. I hope you guys are enjoying this topic tonight. Be sure to comment below. We can see your comments as well. I think somebody else commented. Miss Eileen, she's enjoying the show.
Hey, Eileen.
I told Eileen we missed her. We ain't seen her in a minute. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. And then when we get back, we're going to finish up this conversation. We'll be right back with Contemporary Living.
People when they're trying to really get focused and productive to ignore the hey bros because they're low priority. Get your motivation, create your checklist, and then that's the formula, man.
Welcome back to Contemporary Living.
Absolutely. And you know what? We want you on our show. We want to discuss your story and how you've changed yourself and the world. And we also want your advertisement too. So if you are interested in coming to Contemporary Living, you can simply email us at contemporaryliving22@gmail.com. That's contemporaryliving22@gmail.com. And that last commercial, I know, Andre, you're going to talk about it.
Yes. So if you're in the great state of Illinois, you're looking for a real estate agent. I do, like I said, real estate with Realty One Group XL. Please make sure you hit me up, 708-932-8526. Once again, that's 708-932-8526. And if you're anywhere across the country and you're looking for a place, I know a lot of loan officers that deal with pretty much most of the country, all 50 states. So reach out to me and we can see if we can find you a home as well. And then last but not least, as you've seen the last commercial, that is our Farm and Hill coffee on Amazon.com, our own brand, a medium roast coffee. You can also purchase our coffee on Amazon. I will provide the link below as well. So we're going to get ready and jump right back into it, Melissa. You ready to bring our guests back in?
I'm ready.
Diamond, you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, all right.
Wonderful. So did we want to continue on what you were talking about?
Oh, okay. So in 2016, I ended up, I told you I went on a wellness journey to, combat my depression and everything. And I was doing really good. I think I lost about a good 25 pounds. And I was frequently going, I actually, since I had a baby in 2014, I was like, you know what, I'm done. I have 3 kids at the age of before 30. I was just tired. I said, I'm going to get the IUD. I got the IUD inserted and I didn't have any issues, but I was having experiencing a lot of health issues. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start steaming. I went to a local Korean spa where I did the steaming service. And it was amazing. I loved it. I love everything about V-steaming. And my friends would say, like, you always going to do this service. Why don't you just, teach us about it and sell it to us, And I was like, no. But the steam was so powerful, it made me really fertile. And I ended up getting pregnant while having the IUD inserted.
Oh, wow.
Steam. So I thought to myself, like, I felt that there was a message from God. Like, a lot of people experience infertility. And I'm like, that's something that our ancestors did. And for those who don't know what V-steaming is where women will sit over herbs that women collect from the bush, and each herb will do something special to your body. Right. And it helped your body to detox, and it helped them after they had their babies, and for those who wanted to have babies. So it helped me during that time, and it made me fertile. And I didn't realize that was one of the things that would happen, but ultimately it ended up becoming a business for me because I had my baby. Right. And being that I had the baby while the IUD was in there with the baby, and it was a 40% chance that I would lose my baby. And I had to really, lean on my faith and just understand that everything was going to be okay, because they said that, you should abort this child because it's just not going to make it. The IUD is puncturing the water bag. It's nothing that we can do about that. So I was like, you know what, God, you wouldn't take me this far in a pregnancy to make me lose the baby. So the baby's here. She's 3 years old today.
Oh, congrats.
But she has a lot of allergies. She's allergic to over 51 things. So that forced me to be a wellness freak. I had to cook a lot to prepare all of her meals. She's her skin is really bad. So that's what made me go back into soap making originally when God gave it to me in the first place. Right. Like, oh, you know what? I don't need it anymore. I'm good. I don't have depression anymore. I'm free. Thank you for healing me, God. And then he gave it back to me, because I had to heal my baby. Now I gave you this tool. Now you're going to use it in the future. And now you're going to help other people after you're done. You're not just going to keep it for yourself and just hide your talent. So, so I make organic wellness soaps, sugar scrubs, and I source organic herbs to create wellness blends for women who want to conceive or want to just take care of their wellness, detox their womb, and just be great. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's beautiful, because they say that God throws a pebble, a rock, and a brick. So you had to get the brick, but one of the things that we have is the ability to choose. So you can continue to say no, God, and keep experiencing whatever he had in store for you. But it's beautiful to hear when someone says yes, and then you see what God can do in your life. That's just such it's such an amazing story. That's wonderful. So now I know you rebranded from hair
Mhm.
Yeah.
skincare. Now, a lot of people like, and I'll give you an example. So, a lot of people like, you have a hairstylist, and the hairstylist is located in this one place. And the hairstylist is say, I'm going to move to a new location. That doesn't mean they can love this hairstylist to death, but they may not, for whatever reason, inconvenience or whatever, uh, they may not go with that hairstylist. So how was, when you rebranded yourself from hair to skincare products, how did how did your clients, or how did your clients take to it? Because it's totally different. It's totally different field.
Right.
Um, my hair journey, it was a journey. And when I spoke about like my depression and the time that I had, childbearing and having kids and moving throughout that journey, a lot of my depression had to do with a lot with my career.
Mm,
That I was doing everything that I could. I was pushing full steam of what I was supposed to do, what I
Right.
thought I was supposed to do. I thought I was supposed to do, as far as the hair, opening up salons, closing salons,
Mhm.
getting billboards, exhausting all of my money into what I believed that was my dream. Hair is still my dream. I love doing hair. I love
Right. Right.
working with women. But I just say that when God has an assignment for you, He will put what you think you're supposed to do on hold until you do what He called you to do for right now.
Mhm.
I just feel like that will open back up. As far as my clients, I still have about a good 10 to 12 clients that I rotate.
that's
And I,
awesome.
Nice.
and I do, when I can do them, they're very understanding. They're natural hair clients,
Mhm.
they come when it's special occasions and stuff like that. We have great connections. Some of them are family, some of them are church members. A lot of people was upset. Yes, they were, because they were like, I'm just gonna have to find somebody else, and that's okay. That's
Right.
okay.
With all
Right.
that attitude, I can
Yeah,
tell.
okay. And I had to be bold, and I had to believe in myself and say, that's okay. I can say no to this money right now.
Yeah.
Because even though like people may not be buying my soap sometimes, I'll be like, okay, I can say no to this because I already know what God has shown me. I already
Mhm.
know what God needs to do. Like I have to be obedient. Obedience is better than sacrifice. I don't want
Right.
to sacrifice my whole mission by not being obedient. So, to the hair clients that's mad at me, I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, I want to give a shout out to your church, because I know we've talked about your
Oh,
church
yeah.
has helped you through a couple of things. So we want to make sure that we shout them out.
Yes. My pastors are Robin Venestu and Robin Amenqua. They are over at the Salvation Palace for All Nations Church of God. They are a Bible teaching church. When I tell you, I have learned my word. I have studied to show myself approved this season,
Woo! That's
and
awesome.
I am. I'm just ready. I'm ready to go step out on faith and lead who looks to me,
Yeah.
and do what God called me to do. And I've learned that from my church and them sharpening me and our prayer groups and our prayer calls and our fast and just growing in this ministry. Our ministry is small, but it's mighty. It's growing. It's a
How,
lot. It's
how long
moving.
you been involved with your church? And it's
It's been about 3 years
for
now.
3 years. It's
Yep.
funny because you tell me and Melissa we always on the same page because I was going to ask you about church because in our this conversation I'm hearing a lot about God and what He has done for you and what He's going to do for you and things
And
like
it
that.
comes through the camera just to
Yeah.
let you know. God's
Yeah.
spirit comes, you can see it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's there.
Yeah. And I'm sure God in your life has played a vital role in your success as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Nothing moved before I started being obedient. Nothing.
well, yeah, you just talking to you, I could tell you have been faithful over a few things, and we know the word tells us if we be faithful a few things, He'll make us rule over many.
Yeah.
Despise not the day of our small beginnings, And even though you have started off small, you have grown. And just acknowledging God and the things that He has done, He can't help but continue to bless you and your family. You
Yeah.
you remind me that when me and my wife always talk about Proverbs 31, the virtuous woman. And they ask who can find the virtuous woman. Solomon had to ask that question for her prices far above rubies. And as you know the story about rubies, they're very hard to find. They're expensive, but yet alone very hard to find. So just to hear about your ministry and how God has blessed your business, and not only that, how God is just blessing people to come into your life to be a blessing to you. It's a wonderful thing. And I just see you, the name Diamond Beach. I just can see you mentoring and blessing other women that come your way. So you talk about ministry. Your ministry, what I see, is way beyond the business. I'm talking about helping women, helping those individuals and stuff like that. So yeah, you have a great ministry, and me and Melissa, we appreciate individuals like yourself. That's a blessing to others.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. So a lot of people. I'm sorry if we got a little sidetracked, but when it comes to the Lord and when people get to talk about the Lord, Melissa will tell you in our show we deal with 5 segments, and one of our segments is biblical teachings, and that supersedes any segment that we have because we believe in the Word of God. So, but I'm gonna get back to get back to our discussion. So I got to ask you, how did the pandemic affect your business?
Far as hair, it really slowed down. I didn't take any clients because I was solely focused on my family.
Yeah.
And ensuring that their safety was number one. So I didn't take any clients. That's when I really, really dove into my business and got serious about my wellness business and the skincare and, going back to my journals. Like, right, I wrote things down over the last 7 years and just pulling out all of that junk and going through what I wrote and to bring it to life. This is the bringing it to life part, what I went back to do during the pandemic.
What?
It's hmm?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but finish your thought and I'll comment on what you're saying as well.
So my business it definitely slowed down as far as hair. I left the salon. I came home. I didn't take any clients for almost, I want to say, 6, 7, 8 months,
Mm.
and I just focused on my family. That was it.
Oh wow! Hey, thanks for your comment, Derek Davis. Derek said great interview, and he's learning a lot. Thanks, Derek. We appreciate it.
Thank
Um,
you, Derek.
and I think the pandemic, back to God again, especially for us that believe, it was a blessing for many of us because it slowed things down, it slowed life down. And when people
Mhm.
begin to realize that, look, I can go out and have my own business. I don't have to make 6 figures to be happy. That I can spend time with my family. I can travel when I want to. And we have met a lot of people say, look, I get paid less than what I was doing when I was working, but I'm okay with that because now I get to spend time with my family. I get to stay
Oh,
home and cook and enjoy myself. So what we all have learned, I think, during the pandemic was that, a lot of times we ain't got to depend on individuals to take care of us. God has given each and every one of us and blessed us all with some type of
oh,
talent or gift that we can use and utilize to become just as successful.
Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, babe. You got something?
No, I was just gonna ask her. So, running a business is not easy, and we all have, people, they always talk about find your passion, and it's a lot of that. But if it's in a business, there's still work that you don't like to do within that business.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. So, what my question to you is, what do you find most exciting about what you do?
Um, Connecting and helping people with their skin issues, just helping people just take care of themselves. Teaching them about their self care.
Hmm.
A lot of women, they didn't learn a lot from their moms or their sisters or their aunts. We, like, from when I grew up, we were all in the same house. You had to learn different things from different people, And in some instances, even though he was in a house with a bunch of people, they didn't speak on certain things, with this business, I'm able to connect with women on a deeper level and teach them about, different aspects of hygiene and what type of soaps and chemicals they're putting on their skin and on their bodies, inside their bodies, their hair, their just everything, just connecting with them on that level. I love that part.
So, go ahead,
I was going to say, I find it amazing. I'm glad you said that, people don't know. People don't talk about a lot of things in their house. When I was stationed in South Carolina, my hairdresser, you like I said, it's a sacred space and you have different conversations. She had a client who did not know that you are supposed to brush your teeth every day until age 18. And this was her client. And so she just kind of, took her by the hand and was saying, we take for granted, you know what I'm saying? We take for granted that people know this, but people don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
I meet so many young women every day at the mall. Like, God positioned me in the middle of the mall, and it's crazy to walk up and talk to people about hygiene, but people come and they pour their heart out to me.
Yeah.
Their heart and things that they don't know, and they practically hug me when we done talking. And it's like, I'm like, but that's what I'm there for.
Right. That's beautiful. Look at some of the comments you're getting. Robin says, "Love Diamond Beach."
Hey.
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Amankwa.
That's my pastor, y'all.
Hey, pastor.
So I got to ask you about resources. We winding down to the last few minutes. Very quickly, tell us the resources. What resources did you have to start your salon? Because we know you got to get booths, and you got to get your products, and you got to get the cheers and all that good stuff. Tell us very quickly, were you able to gain those resources?
When I came into a salon, I came into a partnership with a person when I opened up a salon. And this person actually was selling everything over to me within this partnership. And they no longer wanted the salon. But I didn't know that the salon was a lemon. So I got all it was lemon, the people were lemons, and the place that it was in was a lemon. So, it was, far as resources, I spent all of my savings. Of course, I saved. I did hair for 10 years. So I saved for that moment, but it just wasn't the right moment for me. But I did save. I didn't use any type of grants, any type of loans, any type of credit cards. I pretty much stayed away from that. And even with my skin business, I didn't use any grants, any PPPs, any loans, any credit cards. It was solely me saving and replenishing, saving and replenishing. And that's something that I'm still doing. Of course, I still apply for all of these programs.
Yeah.
But it's not as easy as people put it out to be,
Right.
It's not as easy as people put it out to be. The people who should get it, they don't always get it.
Right. The only people they give a loan to are people that don't need them.
They don't even have business, okay? I'm like, girl, how you getting $20,000?
So tell us very quickly, in 1 minute.
Man, the time is
I know.
gone.
Tell us very quickly in 1 minute. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I see myself as a household named product. I see myself connecting with women all over the globe and teaching them about wellness, beauty, and of course, Christ.
Oh, nice. Now, how can our viewers contact you?
You can contact me on my website at houseofher7.com. You can fill out a contact form. My email and all of my contact information, as well as social media information, is there. That's houseofher7.com.
And what about, you have a phone number as well?
Oh, my phone number is 574-703-1832.
And we've got all that information strolling through the ticker right now.
Yeah, so they can see it on the ticker as well. So y'all definitely got to contact Miss Diamond Beach.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
House of Her, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that. Remember that. House of Her. She is going to do what God has called her to do, and we appreciate you all the more for it. Thank you
Yeah.
and bless you in your ministry.
You have one last question? We got about 4 minutes.
Okay. I get a question. Okay.
Yeah. You got to make it quick.
So House of Her, is this the legacy that you would like to pass down to your children?
Yes.
What is the legacy of House of Her?
Beauty and wellness.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty and wellness for women, just women and children, and just bringing that togetherness.
Nice.
So Robin said, I love her products. I also use House of Her products. They are fantastic.
Hey, Robin showing you all the love tonight. You said she the pastor? We got to get the pastor on here. We got to get the pastor on here.
Oh, she's a doctor. She's a doctor in education. She's
a doctor in education. So we might have to get her on here and talk about some education, and we might have to get on here and talk about some virtuous women.
Bible teaching church. I'm trying to tell you.
That's going to be a great chat, too.
Is she married as well?
Yes, she is.
Oh, we may have to get the husband on here and talk about virtuous men, too.
Here we go.
And she married to an eagle eye prophet. So.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Power.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that'll be a good show. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Robin, we're gonna be in contact with you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring the prophet on. We need a word from the Lord, seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's bring it.
Better get ready.
All right, Diamond, we thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're gonna put you in the back room right quick, and we're gonna get ready to close out.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, babe, that was good.
I told you we had to get her on immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you said.
Wasn't this wonderful?
Yes, today was, as always, was a great show. We appreciate Diamond Beach for coming out. Please support her business.
House of Her.
Black owned. Support her. We appreciate young people that's out there doing the work of the Lord. And most importantly, we love our Black owned businesses as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This was wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we get ready to close out, Melissa, as always, we thank God for his unmerited, undeserving favor called grace. For grace is the total absence of any works. You can't work for grace. You can't buy grace. You can't sell it. It is simply what God has given to each and every one of us. Because we believe Christ died for our sins. He was buried, and he rose again the third day for our justification. On behalf of myself and my lovely wife, Melissa, and Contemporary Living, y'all be blessed tonight. Until next time, be blessed.
See you next time.